Watashi. Just build it back with another episode for the Harsh Times Tag wide body project going on, and we have another critical part right here. Now, I will say that the vendor of this part at least had good communication. They did reach out to me first. Initially, this was supposed to be done in a completely different material. Whomever they had teamed up with kind of dropped the ball on their end, so we ended up with this variation. So this also will be taking a trip to a refinisher that I use for some other parts on the build to get the aesthetic look that I want. But what has happened is, and I do like that they were very adamant of letting the shipping company know, don't stack and this side up. So we will look at how we'll cut this open. I think, yeah, it comes apart. So we'll cut it open carefully. But what this is I do not have any window wipers. And along with no window wipers, I do not have a window wiper motor, along with all the other components that would weigh the car down and take up a bunch of engine bay space. So I don't have any of that. So I do have an OEM Honda Integra Cowl, genuinely from Honda itself in Japan. I ordered that some time ago. And now that part has become obsolete in the build because I don't have any of that. So not having any of that, it looks lame to me, just my opinion for my own personal build, to have the window wiper bolts, studs there, and then you put little caps on them or little bolts on them and they're still there. I don't like it. So I wanted something that would totally get rid of that altogether. And that's what we have in this box. As soon as I could actually get it open, I'll show you that. So I am looking forward to see what this looks like in person. They do have some other parts that I'm interested in. Not quite sure if I'm going to invest in them yet, but yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Let's go ahead and cut this side off as well. But yes, this is one of the parts that's not necessarily the most important, but it is because we're nearing putting the car back together. All right, to the point where I would want that. I don't want a bunch of stuff just sitting and not looking right. So I'm getting to that point, and we're gonna start looking at the interior, and we're gonna have some DIY videos on the interior because I'm gonna do some of the interior work myself. All right, and this is getting aggravating. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut across here and get this bad boy off. How about that? I try to be nice. Try to be nice. You know, sometimes you can't be nice. Sometimes you just gotta be a little crazy with it. So let's go ahead and take that off, and I'm glad I did because I'd have been sitting there forever because that didn't pull out of there, all right? That just completely was like a brace. I was looking like an idiot, all right? Glad I did that because y'all would have been like, yo, what the hell is this dude doing? So now that we got this off, we can go ahead and come down here, get this off all the way down this way, and then come down this seam. And there we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. There we go. All right. Watashi. Looks very well packed. Right there, you can see, got some foam in there. Just pull this out gently. And honestly, this is gonna be dropped off as soon as possible to the refinisher. So it probably will be a follow-up video about this once it's all the way complete. Now it's a little flimsy. I thought it'd be a little firmer than it is right here, but it might not need to be. So we'll just get it all the way out carefully since I noticed the tensile strength of it is not at its highest. So let's just be very careful on getting this off. All right. There we go. And I got enough bubble wrap to where I can rewrap this properly and protect it right. And I'll put it back in that box and transport it to the finisher. And then once it's done at the finisher, I'll post these pictures on IG. So if you want to keep up what's going on the build in between videos here on YouTube, definitely sign up for the IG. Also, I did see that they put some other little stuff in here. So we got a decal, we got a few decals actually. Few decals, some cards, and some bubble gum, which is close near Halloween, but I don't chew the bubble gum. That shit gets hard as a rock. So big appreciate these and those, and we'll go ahead and find a place on the table for that later on. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of why we're here, people. I am excited to see what this thing looks like. Looking at the product for a while, finally decided to pull the trigger on it. And then he reached out for a special project that we would do, and that never happened. So, but I'm still glad to have this, and this will be redone, and hopefully it will look right. And if it doesn't, I will not be happy, and we'll have to refinish it again, just basic ways. But either way it goes, it's gonna make it onto the build. Because like I said, I don't want the OEM cowling on there anymore. It's just no reason for it. All right, and there we go. So I think, yes. So this way would be for the window, and there it is, all right? Looks very simple, because it is very simple, but it looks very good when you have it installed, and I already have the MPC hardware that will nicely accent itself here. So the main theme, the rules of engagement for the build that I've come up with is black on the green, gold on the black. Every now and then, along, of course, with hints of polish here and there, of course, with the block and everything else. Every now and then, maybe I might be able to break my rules of engagement of gold here and there, but this still will be the case. The car green, black this on the car, gold hardware on this, to still keep that theme going throughout the car. It really is important to some degree to make sure that you have rules of engagement when it comes to tones, especially if you have multiple different finishes. You really need to try to find a way for them to work hand in hand and kind of shift and hand off to each other. So although this looks like not much right now, once it's finished and then it's put together with the actual accenting hardware, it will stand out. It won't stand out. It'll nicely soak in, but it'll look very nice from where it is, and the transition of the color to this piece, to the hardware, to it just, I hope it all flows. The engine definitely flowed better than I thought it would, especially when we dropped it in. I was like, yo, that really came out nice. If you haven't seen that, check Instagram out for that too. But yes, this is the new cowling, very thin, very simple, but very effective in what it's going to do. And once you see everything coated, the depthness will also come out in this. And of course, it'll look a lot more hardy than it is here, as you see, a little flimsy. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a nice piece, hoping it fits really well. Can't wait to get it installed. Can't wait to show you pictures of when that's on, especially with the engine, the hood, all that good stuff on there. So very pleased with this so far. I really wish this piece had come out the way we initially planned, and I had waited for months, because it would have been fire. It would have been really fire. Right now, it's gonna be nice. I'm keeping it real with myself, even with expectations and props. It's gonna be nice. It won't be as fire as I initially thought, but it will be nice. So head over to the IG, keep up with the process of this piece as well, because I will post update pics of this piece and every other thing that comes out here on the YouTube. Updates go on to the IG, and we'll see you later. Keep building. Wolfpack out. Peace. Thanks for tuning in and watching another video here at Wolfpack Performance. Check out some of my other content on Formula One issues, our topics, and our DIY products on how to customize your vehicle. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.